Hey guys, what's up? Evan from Stock Music Musician, and today I've got a quick video on what makes stock music licensing difficult and what you can do about it to get better. So, the thing that makes stock music licensing difficult is that you actually have to wear 4 different hats and be proficient at them to succeed. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that you have to be able to write songs, you have to be able to play songs, and record them well. You have to be able to mix and master them professionally, and then you also have to understand the business side of things to get your songs out there and to make sure you get paid and to make sure you get noticed and to make sure you get your downloads in. And all of us are going to be coming from different places on each of these parts of the spectrum. I think really a good way of thinking about this is that in the old-fashioned music business, in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, whenever, you'd have some songwriters at Tin Pan Alley writing hits. They'd give them to singers and bands who were talented. The bands would then go into a studio run by a team of incredibly talented engineers and masterers and recording artists and mixers and all of that. And then the whole record label and the A&M department and everybody would be out there marketing the songs, and that's the work of 50 people probably, and you have to be able to do all of that somewhat well to be successful at stock music licensing, and that's what makes it difficult. Is that most of us are good at 1 or 2 of these things, but we also have weaknesses. If you want to get started learning how to license your music, by the way, I've got a free 5-day crash course you can download. There'll be a link down there. And that'll just show you sort of the overview of some of the things you need to know about these skills. All of these are going to be personal to you. For me, the songwriting is really the easiest part. So that's not what I work on so much. Although, with stock music, you have to figure out how to write for stock music. Whether that's how to arrange what your songs need in terms of pacing or variation, or even what sort of styles are popular. Then when you get to the mixing, or to the recording and producing, you're going to find that, if you're really good at guitar, then maybe you should focus on doing songs that are just guitar forward, because you can nail it in a take or two. Some people can't play an instrument at all. They're just good at manipulating samples and loops, but they can still make great sounding recordings. And so that's the path you should go down. It just involves really an assessment of where your skills are and how you can put them best to use. The other thing about this is if you know that you're almost good enough or you're not as good as you used to be. For example, maybe that means that you want to start also investing some of your time and energy on learning scales, or on just sitting down and going over the fundamentals, or taking taking piano lessons or something, whatever it is, to get that nailed down so that you can record stuff in 1 or 2 takes instead of 10 takes. And that is something that will pay off over time. The next thing is the production mixing side. And that's going to kind of involve both buying plugins and software to make your songs sound good. You don't need a ton of things, but certainly you need to have some components of it. And then also just the skills and techniques to mix and master well. And for me, that has always been my shortcoming. And that's where I invest most of my energy and my money, in courses on mixing and mastering and things like that. Then you're going to have the final piece, which is the business side, which is how you manage your rights, where you put your songs, what sort of keywords you use when you upload them, how to make sure you're getting the most out of your song and protecting yourself, you can generate money with your songs, all sorts of things like that. And so the exciting and rewarding thing about stock music is you will get better at all of these things over time, but it also requires you to be honest with yourself about where you're strong and where you're weak, and really invest your time and your energy in your weaknesses as opposed to doubling down on your strengths, which is a big mistake that I made when starting out. I focused more on what I was good at instead of bringing up what I was bad at. And if you're interested in getting started in stock music, like I said, I've got a free crash course that's going to take you through some of the basics that you need to learn. Go and check that out. There's the free download there. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you start pursuing stock music and really focusing in on your weaknesses. Cheers.